Hey, this is Matt Boggs, and today let's talk about apologizing. You know, none of us are perfect, and when it comes to relationships, it's not about having a perfect relationship, but it's about being able to recover when one of us makes a mistake or when we have some friction or experience a bump in the road of love. The ability to recover, the ability to bring a relationship back is essential when talking about how to create something that lasts, something that's deep, something that's meaningful. And part of being able to bring it back to a place of connection when you're really disconnected is being able to apologize and apologize well. And ironically, most people don't really know how to apologize. In fact, I didn't know really how to apologize until I was taught by an amazing woman named Pam Hendrickson, who was Tony Robbins' program director for over 19 years and really served Tony Robbins and his company well. So we hired her to do some work for our company, and she was going through this whole training on interpersonal relationships and dynamics, and she gave us a great formula for how to apologize. Now, I thought I was a pretty good apologizer, but I didn't have all of these steps really down, and it makes a big difference. And so I asked her if I could share this with you, and she was delighted and gave her blessing. So here are the 4 steps to an amazing apology as told to us by Pam Hendrickson. And then I'm going to share with you a little story of how this was applied to my life in a time when I really screwed up. Step number 1 is to say, this is what happened and I take responsibility. Step number 2 is to state, this is what I'm already doing and I've already done to fix the problem or to solve it. Step number 3 and step number 4 are what most people miss. Step number 3 is, this is the system I'm putting in place to ensure that this doesn't happen again. And then step number 4 is there anything else I can do to make it right? And I'll give you a quick example. When my wife and I had our first daughter, and she was just a few months old, it was the weekend, it was a Saturday, and I needed to run a couple errands. My buddy calls and says, hey man, I need to do some errands. Why don't we go together and then I'll bring you back home? And so I told my wife, hey babe, I will be home in an hour. Is that cool? She says, yes, that's cool. I'll take care of the baby. You go off and do your errands. So we're doing our errands. We're having bromance time and it feels good because I've been at home, you know, working all week, and then at night's taking care of the baby. I'm a little delirious because, you know, we're sleep deprived because she's waking up in the middle of the night. And my buddy says, in our great conversation, he says, hey, did you hear that they opened up a brand new brewery here in Huntington Beach called Four Sons Brewery? It's awesome. I said, no, I didn't even hear about it. He goes, we should stop by. It's going to be on our way home. I'll show it to you. And so I'm like, cool. So we swing in and we check out this brewery, and it's amazing. They've got giant Jenga games that you can play. They've got all this, cool fun, like toss the beanbag game. And he says, my buddy was like, oh my gosh, you have to just get a taster for this amazing beer. It's called The Great One. It's their best IPA. It's awesome. I said, all right, let's just get a little taster. And so we sit down, we've got our little taster, and it's amazing. And we start talking about him and what's going on. And literally, we get lost in this conversation. I look up, and an hour and a half has gone by. I am now an hour and a half late from when I said I was going to be home, and I promised Irene. So I'm like, oh my God, dude, we've got to go. So we jump in the car. I left my phone in the car. I look up, I've got 3 missed calls from my wife. We cruise home. I get in the house, and she's pissed. And we sit down, and James leaves. He's like, I'm leaving. And she's like, look, I'm really disappointed that you went off. You said you were going to be home in an hour, and you're home an hour and a half later. In the grand scheme of things, this isn't a huge deal. But let me just tell you, I take care of the baby all week. I was hoping that Saturday could be my time to have some mommy time, just some Irene time where I'm not with the baby, just so I can get some breathing room. And I said, you know what, babe, you're exactly right. And from my perspective, I had no idea that she wanted Saturdays to be her day off, her day to get some time, some change of pace, some breathing room. And so I said, you know what? This is what happened. We stopped by this brewery. I lost track of time. I take responsibility. I broke the agreement with you when I was going to be home. Step number 2, here's what I'm already doing to fix the problem, right? I hadn't done anything to fix the problem. I just got home. And so I said what I could already do, because she had missed a nail appointment. I said what I can already do right now is I can take over the baby right now If there's another nail appointment you can book right now, I'll take care of the baby and you can go have some Irene time. Step number 3 is, here's the system I'm putting in place to make sure this doesn't happen again. And for me, it was simply as, let me just keep my phone with me. You know what? Let me recommit to, if I say I'm going to be home at a certain time, I'm going to honor that agreement, just like I want you to honor the agreements that we make together as well. I'm going to recommit to that. You know, often relationships are about recommitting to the things that we make agreements to, because none of us are perfect. And so I said, I'm going to recommit to that, and I'll keep my phone with me as well. And remember step number 4, which is often the most important step of all, and that is to ask the other person, is there anything I can do to make this right? And so I asked Irene, I said, is there any, I've got, you know, the baby, I said, is there anything else I can do to make this right? I want to make this up to you. And she goes, yes, there is. I said, what would that be? And she goes, give me a kiss. And so I went over there and gave her a kiss, and then she went off and had some mommy time and had her nails done. I had some great baby time, father-daughter time, and playing with her. And when Irene got back, she was in a completely different state. She felt great, she felt rejuvenated, she felt recharged, and we had a great family night at home. So if you make a mistake, it's okay. We all make mistakes. Follow these 4 simple steps, and you'll be able to go from a place of disconnection and friction back to a place of connection much, much more quickly. So I hope these 4 steps serve you in knowing how to create an amazing apology. And now I encourage you to share this video with people that you're in relationships with, because when you're both operating at the same frequency with the same strategy for how to apologize and how to create amazing relationships, it just takes it to a whole nother level. So share this with your friends and post a comment below. Is there any other thing that you love to see when someone's making an apology to you? Or which of these steps did you not know about? Either one of those, share those in the comment section below. I would love to read that. And make sure you get subscribed so that you can be the first to get the latest and greatest videos each and every week as they come out to help you expand the love in your life. And as always, I posted a resource for you in this video. It's both in the video and in the description below. It's a resource that will help you understand the hearts and minds of men in a better way and attract the love that you want to have in your life. Again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.